What's up, y'all? This is Lamont, and this is episode 5, I think, of Movie Madness. I got my little Devontae shades on for my little episodes I put out on my not reels, shorts, YouTube shorts. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Remind me, this is my little gym attire. Anyway, I ain't posted a Movie Madness in a while, so let me go on and post. So I'll be reviewing Ma. It came out. I can't believe it came out like 6 years ago. I remember getting it on Redbox, but they got rid of that. That tells you times is changing. Anyway, it stars Octavia Spencer. It's one of her first like thriller, not her first horror movie, but like being the main villain. In a thriller slash horror suspense drama film like that. So she plays Ma. I wrote the characters down. Maggie, played by Diana Silvers, Andy Hawkins, her boyfriend, Corey F. Not the Corys from back in the days. I just can't pronounce his last name. Juliette Lewis, y'all remember her from the movies back then? She's Maggie's mom, Erica. Ma's boss, Allison Janney, my bad, that's my neighbor. She's the head vet, doctor. Ben Hawkins, that's Andy's dad, played by Luke Evans. Black Daryl, or Daryl, played by Dante Brown. He's from Lethal Weapon and some other stuff I've seen him in. He did good in Lethal Weapon. Chaz, or Chad, I got Chaz, I might be wrong. Played by Gianni Paolo. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong. I think it's Italian. He's from Power Book 2 and Power. He was Tariq's friend. Jeannie's Ma's daughter, Tanyelle Wavers. I might be pronouncing these names wrong. Ashley Heather Marie Pate. That's the pastor's daughter. The cop on here is Tate Taylor, the director. He directed The Help and some other movies. He directed this one too. Mercedes, which is Ben Hawkins' girlfriend, played by Missy Powell. And you have Stu, which is the mom's friend, Dominic Burgess. He's been on some stuff. Haley, their friend of Maggie and Annie and them, played by Michaela Miller. And that's majority of the people that's in the movies. I just put the names down of who we'll see the most. So anyway, it starts off with Maggie and her mom. They're moving back to this small town. I'm guessing it's somewhere Midwest, maybe either down south or Midwest. So it's a small town. They're moving back. I'm guessing the mom got a divorce. Well, whatever happened with her, sorry, it had cut out where I was at. Basically, I think the mom got a divorce. They moved back to town. It's cheaper. So Maggie starts going to school where her mom went. She's like, "Oh, I went to high school there. Yeah, you'll like it." She's kind of like being her friend and stuff. So I was like, you got to watch out trying to be your daughter's friend. But she cut that out towards the end of the movie. But anyway, so Maggie, she's eating lunch by herself. Don't mind you, I'm reading what I wrote down, so I'll remember. She's eating lunch by herself, and Haley, she comes, she's like, "Hey girl, don't eat by yourself, come with us." And so that's when she's introduced to the whole crew. It's Haley, Andy, and Black Dante, or Dante. She's like, "Come on, hang out with us. We're going to try to get some beer and hang out." So, they're like 17. I don't even think they like 8, maybe like 16, between 16 and 18, teenagers in high school. They gotta at least be juniors, I think, so 17. So they're trying to ask people in front of this corner store, liquor store. They're like, "Hey, man, you buy us some beer? We'll pay you," and all that. People like, "No," and then here come Ma. Red flag. She got the little mushroom haircut. So while they're sitting there, Maggie, she's like, "Ma'am, could you please buy some beer?" And then not Maggie, Ma, she's like, "Sorry about that, I got a phone call." But anyway, so Ma's like, "Oh, no, I'm not interested. Go on somewhere. Then she stops and she looks at the van. It's Andy driving. It's his dad's company. I forgot exactly what they did, but he owns a bunch of vans, old raggedy cars, but got a logo on there. She was like, you know what? I'll get y'all some. I'll get you some beer. So they like, oh yeah, thank you. So she buys stuff, and stuff like that. She's like, they didn't have any Fireball, but this is a good substitute. They're like, yeah, all right, thanks. And she got the name by the black dude, Black Dante. Now, I'm saying Black Dante. My bad. His name on here, Daryl. Dante is his real name. Black Daryl. His real name's Dante. It's 2 D's. Daryl Dante. So Black Daryl. Daryl's like, thanks, Ma. She's like, Ma? He like, yeah. And so she was like, how about this? No, actually, I'm trying to think. They end up starting drinking. They're going to this field somewhere. A cop stops them. That's Tate Taylor. He was like, hey, y'all need to go on somewhere. He like, you know what? I'll give y'all 10 minutes. I could arrest y'all, but your dad's an a-hole and a jerk. I remember him from high school, so I better be gone in like 10 minutes. So they get out of there. They see Mog, and she like, you know what? How about y'all just come to my basement and drink with me? So y'all won't be drinking and driving. Which I'm like, I mean, they gotta leave from there, so that defeats the purpose. Because I mean, they gotta drive to leave drunk. They're gonna be drunk. They should call an Uber, but that it's a movie. That's just a little like. Anyway, so they're like, that's a little weird. The main one that was saying that was Daryl. He was like, I mean, we don't know this chick. And they're like, don't worry, Daryl, it'll be fine. And we'll be fine. But he ends up agreeing, which I was like, of course. So, while that's going on, they all go to her basement. She was giving him some ground rules. Then, Chad, he said something smart out of his mouth, and Ma was like, she pulled that pistol out, and she like, drop your drawers. He like, what? And she like, take your clothes off, boy. When I get that feel, he's taking his clothes off. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But that's what he did. He got butterball naked, and she like, I'm just joking. I don't even know how to use this. It don't even work. Cute butt. And then they start laughing. First of all, she pulled, it was a revolver. I'm trying to think. I can't recall what kind, but it was a 6-shooter. It might have been a 38. It don't matter what. It was a gun, period. And they still, okay, she's joking. So they're drinking down there. And she's like, we can start doing this, make it a party. Y'all come down to Miles and start drinking. So she's buying everybody beer. Nobody in town's noticing this lady who seems to be alone, never really does anything. She's quiet. She's buying all this beer. For who? Nobody questions that. So she is getting beer for everybody. They ain't about everybody from the high school. They're partying down there and stuff. And one of Miles' rules, she's like, don't go upstairs. Do not go upstairs. And so Haley's like, I have to pee. Maggie, come with me. Maggie, I don't really want to go upstairs. She's like, come with me, come on. She's like, but she said not to go. She's like, look, we'll just be real quick. I just got to pee. So they go upstairs, completely empty, quiet. They like, it's kind of eerie up here. And then Mom, she gets them. I bet y'all scared somebody if they watch this. She's like, what are you doing? I told you to go downstairs. You stay downstairs. Like, sorry, calm down. And she kind of cussed them out. They like, ooh. So Maggie, she's like, I don't know too much about Ma. They like, she's cool. But that's when she kind of was like, they seen the red flags, they should have been seeing them. So while that's going on, Maggie and Andy, they're starting to like date and stuff. And then we get to meet like other people around. We see Maggie's mom. She's talking about, you know, her job. She's with her friend Stu that works there. He's played by Dominic Burgess. I think I said that before. She works at a casino. She's a cocktail waitress, you know. And then we see there at the casino, it's Andy's father, Ben. He's with Mercedes. And so she's like, oof, Mercedes a tramp. Mercedes, she's all drunk and loose. And she's like, hey, Maggie's mom, she's like, Ben, I'm so sorry I heard about your wife. How long has it been? He's like, about 3 months. She's like, dang, you already got Mercedes hopped on your lap like that? Whew. Suck and blow, suck and blow. But she didn't say all that, but that's what she was thinking about. Suck and blow, that's all she do. Suck, blow, and drink. And she actually did that in the movie. Mercedes was being nasty. I'm like, what is going on? And I guess it wasn't that good because he stopped it. He took a phone call. And then, you know, she's like, I said, oh, Lord, I know that breath stank, smell like Vienna sausages. You know, you open the can. Steak, that's nasty. Anyway, I'm gonna try to keep this video short anyway. So Andy's father, he ends up finding out about what Ma's doing. See, Ma, she's trying to get paid back for what they did to her back in the days. So Ma, she had a, you know, crush on Ben. So they didn't like her because she was like the nerdy black girl. They didn't really bring it up that it was about her race. Well, I guess if you watch the movie, you could say that, you can argue that maybe it was. You know, she was one of the only black kids in that town. Because, I mean, it's real small rural. So, anyway, so she likes him and he's like, hey, let's go in the closet. And so it's dark in the closet. He said, meet me in the closet. She meets him in the closet. And he was like, come suck this weenus. And she's like, okay. So she sucking, she gets done, wiping her mouth. She opens the door. Everybody's behind, sitting there laughing. And she's like, oh my God. And then it wasn't even Ben. It was some random dude. They're like, how did it feel? He like, shh, it felt good to me, boy. Hey, dapping up, and she's like, oh my God, I feel embarrassed. I said, that's a charge right there. Because first of all, she didn't even know who it was. It was dark. Y'all manipulated her. That's some type of charge. But this is back in the day, so nothing happened. And Maggie's mom she wasn't friends with Mom, but she knew Mom, and she was kind of a part of it. She was back there laughing, but she kind of felt bad, but she didn't do anything to stop it. She was just like, come on, y'all. They're like, come on, let's just do a prank. And she's like, okay. And so that's why Mom's trying to, you know, get payback. And he was like, look, I know what you're trying to do with my son. You can let that go. That was back in the past, because I ain't want your little, whatever you had going on with your little Coke bottle glasses on. And see, Mom, I almost said Mom. Ma, she's getting more deranged. She's cussing people out, going off, barely doing her job. Her boss is like, look, you're about to get fired. You need to start doing your job. And she's cussing people out. She got into it with an old lady at the spa. It's a whole mess. And so now the kids are like, Ma is a little weird. Maybe we need to cut her off. She done got Snapchat. She like, don't make me drink alone. 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 That sounds like a song. Don't make me drink alone. Come with me to the crib. We gon' party. Everybody. Don't make me drink alone. That don't even sound right, but anyway, she like, don't make me drink alone, guys. And then she done popped up to the school. What y'all doing? Where y'all going? They're like, Ma, you need to get laid. What's with you all up on us? You need to go somewhere. She's like, you don't talk to me like that. And she's stealing stuff that they had at the party. She's like, I got these nice earrings. It's Maggie's earrings, I think. Maggie or Haley's. They're like, did this hoe just grab our stuff? Really? So they're trying to go back to get the stuff, and so Maggie, she's telling Andy, we don't need to go back there no more. So she sees he's back there. She was like, what are you doing? We said we wasn't gonna go back. He was like, hey, it was Heather's party. Hey, we can't miss that. So Maggie goes there to try to get them out. Instead of leaving when everybody leaves, they're still lagging. They get drugged and knocked out by Ma. Oh, and I forgot to add, Ma, she done went berserk by this time because the kids, they end up finding out that she has a daughter that's be in the basement. Not in the basement, but upstairs. She's poisoning the daughter with dog medicine to keep her mouth shut. Ma done ran over, what's her name? Mercedes. Ran her over hard. Boom, 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 boom. She did. She done killed her boss, the doctor, the vet. Killed her, put her in one of them dog crates, the dog cage. She's like hunched over, like she like that. She's like, I was like, dang, Ma, it's crazy. And so she done tore them kids up. Black Daryl, he got a white face. Maggie, she has her lips sewed up. I mean, not Maggie, Haley. Maggie's tied up, other dudes knocked out, and see, she likes the Andy because he reminds her of her dad, so she's kind of like touching on him and stuff. And the pastor's daughter, she done fell asleep there, so she done got knocked out and tied up. Should have left with everybody else. Oh, I forgot before this. My bad. I need to pay attention. After trying to be friends with her daughter, Maggie's mom put her foot down. She's like, you ain't going no damn where you ain't going back to no Ma's house. I don't care. You're grounded. You're going to stay your little narrow tail here at the house. You're going to come with me to work, and you're going to go to school and come home. You ain't going nowhere. Oh, you better be glad you can go to the grocery store, because you're cooking. I'm tired of this, Maggie. She didn't say all that, but she went off. I said, yeah, good. That's how you're supposed to do it. So anyway, so they're like, where's Maggie? Where's everybody at? And they're all tied up. So they're like, Ma, please let us go. Let us go. She's like, I can't do that, y'all. Can't do it. And so the mom, they like, okay, let's find her. They probably at Ma's. So Andy's dad, he ends up going there, but he gets knocked out and stuff. Mana tied him up to the bed. She got him naked. I'm thinking, was she gonna suck him off for old time's sake? For old time's sake. Yeah, yeah, baby. Oh, rock me through the night. Is it through the night or tonight? Y'all let me know. Anyway. So he was like, oh, please, should she kiss him? She's like, don't worry, I'm not going to do anything. She puts dog medicine in him. He died. No, dog blood. So he dies. And Ma's daughter ends up helping them escape. And so about that time, Maggie's mom and Stu, they get there trying to help. And Mom's going off. You knew what they were going to do to me. You didn't do anything. I thought we were cool. And she like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ma. I'm sorry. And I'm like, y'all need to get on out of there. The house is on fire. I think it was some candles or something. I forgot how the house got set on fire. But the house got set on fire. And so Ma, she's still there. She gonna lay in the bed beside the bed. That house burned to a crisp. So they're thinking Ma's dead. Somehow, I guess Ma went out the back door. But she survived. She got burns on her. So a lot of people, I'm doing this review because they're supposed to be making a second movie. A lot of people didn't know. They like, she died. I'm like, nah, if y'all had the DVD, I think it was either at the end or it was a deleted scene. It shows Ma walking into the vet vet hospital where she worked at. She's all burnt up to the side and stuff. Got a hat on, and then you still see the doctor. She's like hunched up in the cage. So I'm like, wow. My lips wasn't. Hey, I better not go back on here and see my lips was dry and crusty. I hope not. But yeah, so about a year later, this shows Ma's daughter. They're all at the high school enjoying their time, but they thinking Ma's dead. But nah, she alive, y'all. So I guess we'll see this movie sometime 2026, maybe by October or sometime that fall. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So, all right. Sorry this is a little long. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Peace. Peace. Y'all know. Signing off.